right, hey, I wanted to do another short video. This is cracking me up. It's like, it just keeps getting deeper and deeper. Somebody sent me something showing that Jeff has got this bright idea, or not so bright idea. And it's just another ruse another scam to try to get money out of you guys. But he's got this idea that he's going to install these digital billboards about Kylie Rodney. People, if you buy this crap, you are dumber than I thought. Do you realize what it would take to get digital billboards installed in California, especially in a tourist area where it would be blocking the scenery? Do you realize what it would take to get it to get billboards installed over in the Truckee area? Trust me, it ain't going to happen. There's not a snowball's chance in hell of it happening. And just to confirm my own thoughts on the subject and what I already know to be true about how zoning laws operate, and especially, like I said, an area like Truckee that's so touristy, the last thing they're going to want to have blocking the scenery are these billboards. It was kind of funny, though. I did actually call because I was looking at the Nevada County zoning laws and building codes and all that. And they had their phone number on there, so I figured, what the hell, I'm going to give them a call. So I called them up, and I said, yeah, hey, I'm not from the area, so I don't really know how things work over there. But what I have is I said it was a business partner. Said I have a business partner that would like to install some digital billboards in Nevada County or Placer County. And they did say that Placer County's laws are pretty much the same as theirs, so there would be no need to call Placer County. So I just talked to Nevada County. And I asked them, I said, what would be the probability of getting these billboards put in? And, of course, the first thing they asked me is this a business, or is it a church organization? Is it what kind of organization is it? And I said, well, it's a private individual. And right off the bat, they said, oh, well, that's probably not going to happen. I said, okay. And they said, so what would it be for? And I told them what it was for, and I told them that it was for Kylie Rodney. Crickets. Absolute crickets. I finally had to come back on there and go, you still there? And right off the bat, the gal says, no. That's not the type of thing that we would install or allow to be installed. And I said, okay, well, humor me a minute. If, per se, we were able to apply and they would actually look at it, give it serious consideration, what would we need? Well, here is the information that they gave me. First of all, they said that the application must be submitted in person. So that presents an obstacle right there, because I highly doubt that we would let Jeff into our country. Because you remember, he lives in Canada. He lives in Canada, eh? So, yeah, I don't think that would be much of a possibility, and I highly doubt that he would waste the money to go all the way to California to submit the application in person. But it must be submitted in person. Okay, also, you would need permits All right. And also they said, sorry, I'm reading through my notes here. I did type notes when I was talking to the person. They would need approval from and permits, and not just one permit. You would need permits from every one of these departments. You would need permits from county planning. You would need permit from environmental health, county fire, Nevada County planning, and also with the state of California. And you would need these permits before you even submit the application. And all of these permits cost money. They're not free. So you'd need permits from at least those agencies, and she said possibly more. Also, the cost of the permits themselves don't include all the other fees that go with it. There are other fees that are to be accompanied and also paid in full before the issuance of any kind of permit. So you would need to pay fees for fire mitigation fees, school mitigation fees, park and recreation fees, and road fees. All right, so the costs are really adding up there, plus the cost of the billboards, which are 500 and something a piece, apparently. But see, he's doing this to try to get you to send him money. Then he's going to make some excuse. So I'm telling you right off the bat, don't fund this crap. There's not a chance in hell of it being installed over there. It's just not going to happen. They already said it's not going to happen. So you're wasting your time. All right, also, in addition to all those fees that you must pay, you also have to employ a licensed engineer to spearhead the project. Anything over, let me look, see, what does it say here? Yeah, anything over 4 foot, says engineering is required on all frames over 4 foot high, which is measured from the bottom of the footing to the top. Also, the engineer has to design it, has to come up with plans, and it requires a stamp and what they call a wet signature, which is not a photocopy, just written in pen or whatever, of the registered engineer on all the pages of the plans. All right, so how much does it cost to employ an engineer? It ain't cheap. Plus 2, in addition to the $566 or whatever it is for the sign, you're also going to have to provide the foundation, the materials with which you put it in the ground. You don't just stick it like one of those posts that you hammer into the ground if you're making a temporary fence. You have to pay for that. That has to be engineered by the engineer. And installation fee for the engineering crew to install it. It also has to be hooked up to electrical. I don't think that they run on batteries. Even then, you'd have to pay for the batteries, right? So that's a lot of costs involved, people. That's a lot of costs, a lot of red tape. And I can pretty much guarantee that it's a 99.9999% chance it would be turned down, even if you paid all those fees. And those fees have to be paid up front. You have to pay the engineer to come up with the plans for installation of such a sign and pay all of the fees that I just mentioned. And that then of course there's always going to be more, because cities and counties have a way of incurring additional costs. I mean, you know that. I mean, if you've dealt with county or city government at all, you know that there's going to be additional costs in addition to what they say. It's kind of like when you go buy a car, right? And they've got all these, you look at the thing and they've got all these additional fees added, which most of them are unnecessary and you should never pay. So that's that's it in a nutshell. So if you're going to give this idiot, and he should know better than this, he knows better. He knows there's not a chance in hell it's going to be installed. Oh, got this great idea. And a lot of you people, which are clueless, are saying, oh yeah, that's a great idea, because you're clueless. You have no idea the red tape involved, the steps that you have to go through to even get it approved, much less built. And then how much is the construction costs for installing it? That's in addition. See, the architect fees is just for drawing up the plans and designing it. That's not for installing it. Now, they may install it, but that's going to be additional costs. So I don't think you guys are thinking this through. See, again, that's, like I said, you're reacting emotionally instead of thinking it through, instead of thinking logically. There's absolutely no chance that they're going to get installed. And Jeff, you should know that. And you do know that, but you're trying to scam more money out of people, figuring if I can get people to, fund however many of these signs. And if you're planning on installing more than one sign, you've got all these costs for each sign. The permit fees, the permit fees, and the architectural fees are going to be according to the area that they're going in. It's not a one size fits all type of thing. You're going to have all these fees for each sign that you're going to install. And it's a moot point anyway, because they're not going to allow it. The gal said, like I said, when I told her what it was for, crickets. And she flat out said, it ain't going to happen. That something like that would not be allowed. So I'm just wanting to warn you people, this is another one of his schemes, another one of his scams where he's trying to get money out of you guys. He knows damn good and well there's no chance of any of those going in. And if he thinks there's a chance, then he's an idiot. Well, he is an idiot anyway. Whether he thinks that or not, he's an idiot. But even more of an idiot if he thinks that they're going to get these digital billboards installed over there, especially in that area. Like I said, that is a touristy area. That's Tahoe area, people. The restrictions in these touristy areas like that are many times stricter than if it was like rural California, somewhere out in the middle of nowhere where there's no tourism. And even then, it's highly unlikely. And you'd still have to pay all these fees. So that's all I really have to say. I just don't want you people letting this guy scam you out of more money and start sending them money for something that has no chance of happening. Because they already said it's not happening. So, and you're welcome to call them yourself. In fact, if I had the number here handy, I'd give it to you. Just look up Nevada County Planning or Nevada County Building Division. Any of those like that, and I think it's all the same phone number. You can call them yourself. If you think I'm lying to you, be my guest. Go ahead and call them. Have them laugh at you. Now, she didn't laugh at me, but I'm sure she was. Just not audibly. So, anyway, when somebody sent me that, about these billboard crap, and I'm like, oh my word, seriously? The people are really not that stupid, are they? Yeah, apparently they are, because a lot of you think it's a great idea. Some people are just pathetic. Some people have no critical thinking skills at all. That's something that's society as a whole today, for the most part. People don't have critical thinking skills. They react emotionally to everything. They take their stance based on their own, well, I think this. Well, why do you think that? But yeah, if you ask people, why do you think that? Well, I just do. That's stupid. So anyway, I just wanted to present this, let you guys know, don't waste your money. It's not going to happen. Nevada County already said. And because I even asked her, I go, okay, so you're saying it's not going to happen. Do you think Placer County would tell me the same thing? And she said, absolutely. They wouldn't even let Squirrel Girl put in the bench at Prosser, which is out of the way. It wasn't going to be in the way of anything. It was going to be down closer to the beach. And they told her she already had approval for it, but then apparently Lindsay complained about it. And when she called them back, they told her, no, we're sorry, we can't allow it. So if they're not going to let her put in that bench for Kylie that's down by Prosser, out away from everything, it doesn't affect the scenery any. They're sure as hell not going to let you put up a digital billboard that affects the scenic view. It's just not going to happen. I already knew that before I called them, but I decided to call them just to confirm what I already knew and let you guys know what they said. All right. Don't waste your money, people. Do not waste your money.